back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about this. Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. Keep in mind I am only 38% of the way through. I am on page 148, I believe. But I did want to talk about one thing, and it's the act of racism shown throughout the book. Specifically, Delia Owens, the author, showing it. Let's maybe not Delia Owens. Because now that's just wrong. So on page 101 of Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens, there is multiple use of the N-word when the author is in fact white. I do not think this should be allowed. At all. What was the point of this? Literally. I will tell you that there could have been way more ways that you could have censored out the word. You could have put the N-word with asterisk, or you could have literally just put in parentheses N-word. Just put N and then the asterisk. That's literally all you had to do. Either that or just don't use the word. It's not that hard. You don't have to say the word in a book. We will get it if you put N-word in parentheses or N asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. We understand. We're not stupid. Now, you are white. I do not think you should be using this at all. But it is used multiple times, and literally it is insane. And it's literally in one chapter that it's been used. Ain't we lucky? Here comes a N-word walking to N-word town. Continuing on, just an old N-word walking to town. Watch out, N-word boy, don't fall down. So that's just 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times it's been written. I've said 3 of them, but there is a monologue part where she's thinking about it, and she says the word in her thoughts. As a white author, you should be even writing the word. It's just wrong. I don't see the point of this. Literally, racism. It is a huge thing. I don't understand how a white author can even think of using the word. Like, what the actual fuck? I'm not even gonna censor that, because what the actual fuck? A white person could never know what it is actually like, figuratively, to be a black person. Now, I get that this story is set in the 1950s to 60s, possibly longer. I haven't gotten that far into the book yet. I'm 38% of the way in. And I know racism is a thing in this. However, I do not think it is necessary to use the word in the book. I just don't. And after hearing some things that I've heard about Delia Owens, she's just racist all around. She is a white supremacist, and I just don't believe in that. I think that it is wild, absolutely wild, that she thinks she can get away with it. I just don't get it. It's fucking insane. Fuck Delia Owens. I will decide if I like the book, but however, I will be keeping this in mind. So far, the book is fine. It's just this little portion. Literally, I will not support the author, but I will support the book. You know? No. Just this whole page 101. It's only on page 101 so far. No. Nope. I bought the book going unknowingly into this. I had no clue whatsoever. I didn't look at the synopsis. I did not look up anything before I read this book, or I picked it up and I bought it. Okay, so I'm going to let you know that normally when it comes to my TBR list, I usually just grab books by popularity, add them on there, don't give them like a second thought. I don't look at the synopsis. I don't look at ratings. I just go in hella blind. Now, what that shows me right here is that people read this book, liked it, and didn't care that the author was blatantly racist, or A or B, they liked this book and just they cared that there was racism in this, and they just said, hey, this was wrong. Because I've looked into it after I noticed this. Some people were like, hey, I don't like the fact that there's racism in this and that the author is like blatantly doing it. And they've had the N-word multiple times during the chapter, one singular chapter. And they were like, I liked the book otherwise. However, this was wrong. Because I have seen a few comments that were like that after the fact I read the part. So it just goes to show that people either don't care or they like the book, but they're not supporting the author. And I'm living for the fact that people are showing that this is wrong and what is wrong and right. Literally, I had no clue about this. It's not talked about enough, apparently. However, I do not think I will be moving into Delia Owens' books again. I will support this book because I liked it up until this point. And I'm keeping this in mind. If you understand what I'm saying, like, I like the book so far. It's fine. It was a little bit slow at the beginning, and then we got here. I will support the other parts of the book. I will not support this page or any other page going forward that deals with this. Because this is not okay. Especially when you are a white author and you are a white supremacist. Anyways, thank you. I'm probably going to make a blog about this, so if you guys need to know anything about it other than this, yes, you need to know. Anyways, continuing on. We'll see what happens. Hi guys, welcome back. It is the next day of this book review, and we were still going to be continuing talking about Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. So far I'm on page 216, chapter 31. I would like to say that I have no further arguments other than the fact of the blatant racism that I've already commented on. I think the book is good. I do feel like so far that the only thing that's mostly talked about is the description of the marsh. And I feel like, okay, we get it. We know what the marsh looks like by now. It's just, it keeps recurring over and over. And I understand you're trying to get your point across. However, I would also like to add that there are more important things to talk about than the marsh. There's no point if we already know. Okay, introduce as many animals as you want to help you also get your point across. Okay, introduce us to plants more so. Just stop describing the marsh. Other than that, this book is written beautifully with the way of the writing that Delia Owens has. The only issue I have, of course, that you know about is the racism. It's a beautiful story. It's just starting to hit the water, with the actual mystery that this book entails, which is the murder of Chase Andrews. So I just got to that point where where the blame is kind of pointed to Kaya. So I just got to the big parts, the more important parts anyways, that have kind of developed in their investigation that all the arrows are pointing towards Kaya, because there's a lot of things that were revealed to us throughout Kaya's past, because obviously we have one character named Tate and we have Chase. It's all kind of interconnected, I believe. I don't know the rest of the story yet, so I'm very excited to see how this goes. Hopefully Kaya is let go. Hopefully that she is not actually pinned for the crime. I'm hoping that she did not do the crime. But that would be a good twist if she did. However, I am unsure because of the fact that it doesn't feel like that's where the story would take place. I don't feel like that's how it would go down. I don't know. So we're still stuck on the discovery of Chase Andrews. Obviously, I'm a little stupid. I don't pin stuff together like people do when they read mystery novels. People like putting the pieces together. However, I just read and hope for the best because I am dumber than average. Yeah. But however, yes, beautiful writing. I love it so far. Other than, what? I need to stop mentioning that because people are going to think that I'm using it for attention, and I'm not. I'm going to stop talking about it. Yeah, I'm going to stop talking about it. But also, that also makes me seem like a bad person because I'm not talking about it. I'm just going to stop talking about it. But do I want to stop talking about it? I don't know. I'm just going to stop talking about it. Hope for the best. But yeah, my issue. The characters are well thought out. Well, at least Kaya is. We don't know much about Tate, and we don't know much about Chase so far. Spoiler alert, if you don't want to see this, skip ahead. I'll put the timestamp to where I stop spoiling stuff. But yeah, spoiler, it turns out that she knew Tate, who also lives near on the marsh, and then we've got Chase Andrews. That's how you know I don't care for Chase Andrews, where I have to look at the name. We have Chase Andrews, who is this picture-perfect boy that shows up murdered. And, man now, technically. He is over 18, I believe. I don't know. I don't pay attention to men. Unless they're God-givenly attractive. And I like their personalities. Just saying. But Chase Andrews is an asshole, secretly. Wow. I didn't see that coming. I didn't. I totally didn't. Anyways, fuck Chase Andrews. We love Tate. Well, at least I love Tate. I hope that doesn't backfire on me in the end. But now, every time I say I love Tate, that feels like it's going to backfire on me, so I'm not sure. Also, yes, I would also like to talk about character development within Kaya. Yes, it's amazing character development. I'm realizing that I'm losing bits and pieces and strands of what I plan to talk about, and I'm like, But yeah, Kaya character development is beautiful, I think. Because you kind of go through her trauma, her issues, in which deeper it and then brings her to the present of where I am, at least. And it shows you, woven through, all out, it shows you what pieces of her trauma affect her and why they affect her. Because Kaya, like me in some ways, she has commitment issues and she has abandonment issues. And she obviously shows that with her effect on her relationships, romantic anyways. Because with Tate, she immediately latched onto him also spoiler, because of the fact that he was the one that wanted her, but then when he went away, it kind of just, she was sad. She vowed not to like anybody like that again. And then here comes Chase Andrews, who practically fishes her into liking him, just so he'll give him her virginity, and he just sees it as a game until Kaya sees in the papers that he is engaged and to be wed. So there's the issue. So Kaya vows not to love anybody again. Now, obviously, she did that with Tate. I am unsure. She is a character who just wants love. She does not believe that she is worth anything because of the abandonment issues and the trauma that comes with it. I would also like to add that Kaya notably always says to herself that I am not worth this when people fuck with her, basically, and she keeps trying to tell herself that she is worth something. So that's obviously another part of a deep-rooted abandonment issue, because she's trying to convince herself that she does not need this and that she is actually worth more than what these boys are giving her. I do relate to her in that way, with it feeling like everybody's leaving you. Obviously, she's had everybody leave her. I have not had everybody leave me. She's had everybody leave her physically. I've had everybody leave me emotionally. So it's definitely a difference. I've had my father leave me, and then that was it. I've had everybody leave me emotionally. There's the difference between me and her, obviously. But now that we see it, it's like I bond with Kaya in that way. So Kaya is probably my favorite character so far, because I can see how she was sheltered from most things. She didn't know how to read. She didn't know how to write. Obviously, it's kind of sad seeing somebody grow up like that. And you kind of just have to say, oh, well, I wish this girl, knew, so it would be easier on her, Because literally all Kaya had was little bits and pieces that she learned from her ma and her pa trying to take care of herself, mostly from her ma, but she had to try to, string stuff together to try and shelter herself and take care of herself. And I think that's very... So I thought it was what I was trying to say. I was trying to say that everything that she's trying to do for herself to try to protect herself and try to feed herself and try to make money by herself when she's only a little kid up until the point where she's a teenager, a little bit older, now 19. It's very traumatic in a way, because you have to understand this is a child, and a child should never have to experience this. She had parents, and that was their job to take care of her originally. And they need to be able to give her shelter. And basically what Kaya had to do was she had to grow up way quicker than what was supposed to and what she needed to. Kaya needs nurturing in order to be fully grown, fully developed when it comes to the mindset. And right now her mindset is lower than what normal people's is, with regular normal lives, where they've had their family surround them, they've had protection, they've had shelter, they've had food, and they've had water, not like Kaya has had to scrounge up for. So that obviously taught her that she is the only one that will take care of herself, and that nobody is gonna stay and help. That's taught her that as well. Let's see. I think that's all I have to say for right now. So I will come back to you with the next part of the review. See you in a little. Okay, guys, it is a couple of days after I did finish Where the Crawdads Sing, so it is now complete. It is going back on the shelf, but I wanted to talk about the review first before I put it back. So, Where the Crawdads Sing, I gave it 4.5 stars. I did enjoy the story. It was really good. Huge ending, by the way. Kind of. I didn't expect it, at least. I don't know if other people expected it, but I had to go back and reread the ending because I was like, wait, what? So, Where the Crawdads Sing. Let's go from beginning to end. Beginning was very slow at the start, kind of ramped up a little bit, and then I got really interested. It took me a little bit to get into, so I got into it and then I continued reading it up until that point. I would get disappointed when I had to put the book down, so that's a good thing. Because I had to go to work, of course, and I had to do other things. I got a cat recently, so I also had to put the book down for that. And I was like, okay, fine. So then we had that at 38%, we had a major issue. I had a huge rant at the beginning of the video, so you know what that's about. But afterwards, it was smooth sailing. I didn't have any other issues like that were horrible. So the book is good. Probably wouldn't read this author again, though, because of the things she has done. And with where she puts her support with. But otherwise, storyline-wise, I do think this was good. The plot was good. I didn't think there was any holes in the story, because they all seem to come together during the end, where we find out who actually killed Chase Andrews. But it was good. I liked it. Would I read it again? Probably not, because I'm not used to the third person. I don't like third person. If you guys don't know, I prefer first person or dual POV where we switch between the two. And I also don't really care for the setting and timeline-wise with the 1950s to the 1970s. I don't really care for it. So that's probably another reason why I wouldn't reread this. But if I wanted to reread this, I definitely would. But it probably won't be anytime soon. But yeah, storyline-wise, it was really good. There were a few moments where I kind of tumbled down and I was like, okay, well, whatever, I'll continue reading. But I always got back into it, so obviously wasn't that bad. It was still, like, I still enjoyed it. So I did give it 4.5 stars. Not a complete 5 because I wasn't jumping out of my feet to read it. I wasn't that hyped up about it. Obviously, I did read it. I liked it a lot because I couldn't put the book down, but also I did have major issues with Delia Owens personally. So that's also a reason why I didn't, that was also another reason why I lost track. My bad. My cat came out, so yeah. Where was I? But yeah, other than that, it was a good book. And that major issue was part of the reason why I didn't give it 5 stars. I don't necessarily... it would have been a 5-star if I didn't have that issue. Honestly, it would have been. But for right now, it's not a 5-star because of the author's issues. But normally, I don't really focus on the author, but because of the fact that it was integrated with the story and it was use of the N-word and other concepts like that, Like, I get it's timeline-wise, it fits, but I also don't think it was necessary to be used in a book that's modernized. So yeah, that's that review. I do recommend it. I would just tell you that it takes a minute to get into, so you do have to, like, get into it, like, 100 pages through, I believe. But other than that, it's good. So I do recommend it. Hi, kitty. It is a murder mystery thriller type. Well, not thriller, I wouldn't say. It didn't really thrill me, but you know, it's been labeled as that. It does have romance in it, but it is not a full romance story, you know? Because she had a relationship that ended because he left. She had another relationship that ended because of, I don't want to spoil it, but it was, I'm going to give you a hint. We hate men here. And then that ended. Then the dude died, and then Tate came back, and it was kind of, it wasn't a full romance story. And even then, it wasn't even a fully developed romance, so it's not romance at all. There was a minor issue that I also had with the romance portion of the book. Like, I get this is a murder mystery. Romance won't be, like, a huge thing of it. However, I do think you could have filled out the relationship parts more. It seems like she just took Tate back after he left her. Now, I get Kaya has, like, her own issues, but also, like, I don't think she would have taken Tate back as easily as she did. It did not fit, like, her character at all. But other than that, no issues than the ones I've already talked about. But yeah, that's the end of the review. And if you guys want to see the new kitty, we got a new kitty. We didn't name her yet, but she's a cute kitty. She likes love and attention. I don't know why she's not liking it right now. But yeah, no, you can't play with those. You can't play with those. Yeah, but that's the end of the review. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, let me know. I will do more reviews like this if you guys want them. But keep in mind, this is my first review, so if it's not to your liking, my bad. I am not used to this. The only reviews I've ever done are from the reminders of him and the Reckless Girls, and you guys know how those reviews turned out because you saw the videos. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna hit the hay because I'm, like, really tired and I gotta be awake because I am getting my hair done again later. Hint, hint, it won't be red anymore. But yeah, I will look different the next time you guys see me. So she's so cute. She's so cute. Okay, yeah. No, you guys, I will not look the same when I come back. But personality-wise, we'll still be the same, I hope. But yeah, we'll see you later. See you guys. Mwah. Ha. Mwah. Bye-bye.